Alright, so we'll just give you a rundown of this cheap and easy way to, and of course now the fucking fire department's making noise. Cheap and easy way to make an isolation circuit for your line. So here we got a tap off the 12 volt, and here we've got an automatic reset 30 amp breaker. That wire goes in through. Alright, so here we are under the truck. So this is that 12 volt feed coming off the battery. That's going to come into our bank of relays here. Now keep in mind, you could have done this all with weatherproof terminals. You could build yourself a little box, something like that. I'm eventually going to clean all this up a bit. I might install weatherproof terminals. I don't know. I don't really use my truck installed at all whatsoever. I don't take it in inclement weather as far as rain a lot. And deep under here, it's probably not really going to get much water. Anyway, this was just something to get everything together. So these relays are all 28 volt, 40 amp, continuous duty. So they're mounted to this plate of aluminum I got on here. And each relay does a circuit. So you got your 12 volt, comes in, feeds to the supply side of the accessory on each solenoid. So one, they just pigtail over. Here, you've got the ground. Same thing, pigtails over, all four. That's for the, the signaling side of the relay. So that's ran to the ground on the plate. Nothing fancy. So now each relay, if you look at it, there's just 3 wires coming off. I'm going to eventually tie these 3 back into the original 24 volt plug because I actually want all that to work. I just threw this together real fast because I wanted to test it and have it done. This is the park run light, right? So that sends a signal, activates this relay, connects the 12 volt circuit, and sends that down to my 7 pin. Same thing here. Right turn signal, which is also right brake light, comes down, or, comes up, sends a signal, activates this relay. Same thing, sends 12 volt. And the same thing with the third one. The third one is left side, brake light turn signal. Sends that down, or, activates that. That sends 12 volt down through this yellow. Comes in our 7 pin. Eventually, I'm going to put a trailer brake controller in here. It's not really necessary, but I want it. And I didn't really have time to fiddle with that. And at least now I can move a trailer if I want to. These 2 relays are set up. All I got to do is tie a signal wire in and, have a supply running into an accessory. I just added these 2 in case I wanted to use them for something. Say, toggle switch operated floodlights on a trailer. I could use it for the auxiliary circuit to charge the battery on the trailer. So I just figured I'm back here. Why not time in so I have extras? And so bada bing. Now, I didn't do it yet, but what I'm going to do just to prevent the relays from having a cycle when a trailer's not hooked up is I'm probably going to tie a little toggle switch in somewhere. I'll probably just drill a hole here or whatever. Somewhere easy to reach, like right here. So I can just reach up in, flick the switch, and all that's going to do is break this ground wire for the signal side of each relay. And that'll, that way these relays aren't clicking on and off, even though they probably won't ever wear out. So they're not going to be running when there's no trailer hooked up. And then if I do hook a trailer, I could just literally reach in here through this space and flick, and then bang, we're good to go. And even if I left it on, it really wouldn't make a difference. So, and then, here's that hitch. Again, don't mind my wiring. This is just the excess stuff. I haven't had a chance to really clean it up. We go over here. Roll out from under it. This is that Kurt commercial duty hitch. It's made for an F550. It actually bolts up excellent. Nothing's in the way. Everything really lines up perfect. Obviously you drill your own holes, but nothing winds up being in the way. So there's my 12 volt plug, and got my hitch. So, all right, guys, you want to add a hitch and wiring and everything to your deuce or your 5-ton, and like I said, you don't want to get crazy and have to buy a fucking $500-$600 converter box. You can do like I did. If you really wanted to, or if you already have one, you could tie that 12 volt tap into a converter, a 12 volt step down transformer, which are pretty fucking cheap. I mean, you can get a high quality 70 amp one for say $50, but as little as I use this thing to tow and the small amount of wattage that a few bulbs are going to pull, that's not going to make any difference. And same thing with the trailer brake controller. You know, I'm just going to tap it into one battery. It's never going to be pulling enough amperage to make it really a big deal. I may eventually add an isolation transformer, a step-down transformer, but see here, you can kind of see that plate. I might even put that toggle switch like right here, you know, mount it. There's a bolt hole right there, existing one, so I could probably just put it there. I could just reach in, click, you know, that way I always see it. We'll see what I do with that, but anyway, that's the gist of it. The relays are 28 volt, and they're being used as isolation cell relays to send 12 volt. And it all works great. Already tested it all out. Really simple. The relays, you know, high quality ones like those, I got them on eBay or Amazon. I don't know, I think it was like $10 for all 5 or something like that. Pretty cheap. And then, you know, I just used a sheet of aluminum. You could use a sheet of steel, whatever. If you understand basic wiring, it's not too difficult.